Okay, I like some of the points he makes. In day 24, human thoughts. This is about when James and John is walking with Jesus. They're going into a Samaritan village and they read a lot of resistance and they don't want him there. And so that's when James and John famously says, "Master, do you want us to call down fire from heaven and burn them up?" And it's a little bit funny, not so much in what they're wanting to do, but in the Gospel of Luke, this story takes place shortly after Jesus sends his disciples out to proclaim and announce that God's kingdom with authority and power to heal sick, cast out demons. So already we see a little bit of that authority going to their head, and they now think that they're the prophet Elijah, because of course this is the kingdom of God. Prophet of Elijah calling down fire to prove God's presence. But what we really see is Jesus immediately and strongly rebuking the sons of thunder. And he says, you first might picture they're all walking along, James and John lets out this burst, and the other disciples, some are probably feeling that's very relatable to what their cause is, and some are thinking, "Oh no, I bet something is not going to go right, and it's not going to be about the Samaritans." And then Jesus stopping in the middle, and yeah, he says, I think he might just turn and stare at them and think, "I can't believe you just said that." And finally, of course, James and John receiving a strong rebuke and realizing this is not the kingdom of God in the same way that relates to the stories that they heard in the Old Testament. This is a new covenant, a new way that this kingdom is being launched. And of course, he will end with this passage in Mark 8. "If any of you want to come the way I'm going, you must say no to yourselves, pick up your cross, follow me. If you want to save your life, you'll lose it. If you lose your life because of me and the message, you'll save it. What use is it to win the world and lose your life?" See, constantly he is referencing something much deeper than simply the physical reality. He is relating to all of reality and the primary one, which is our spiritual reality as well. And so we're looking at these human thoughts because we do see, just like the rebuke of James and John, Jesus rebukes Peter when Peter is saying, "No, stop talking about the fact that you're going to suffer and die." He's saying, "No, you stop being an accuser. Stop having human thoughts. You are not thinking big enough. You're not thinking about the right enemy that we're fighting. Is not against flesh and blood." And this is the problem that we constantly face in our sin as well, is that we do have these lower level thoughts. We think we know better than God. And constantly, I think of the passage in Colossians, think the thoughts that are more heavenly minded. And we must have the mind of Christ in order to see correctly, in order to hear correctly, and in order to have hearts that are aligned with God as well.